I'd like to think that throughout all my videos I've been pretty helpful. Today we're not doing that. I'm going to give you all 25 pieces of useless Stardew Valley knowledge. So now when that trend comes back up on Twitter, you'll be able to say something about it. You can plant crops on the dig-up spots from golden walnuts. These act as any season, just as the farm on Ginger Island would act. Linus gains friendship with you if he catches you going through the trash. The reason this is useless is because it's only possible on one day of the year, on Winter 15th when he heads through town to go to the night market. Holly is in the game. In version 1.3.32, the game was updated to not violate the Geneva Convention anymore by changing the color of the cross on the hospital from red to this bluish green. If you talk to Robin the day after repairing the crafts room, she'll mention that she heard some weird noises in the night. This is a piece of dialogue you can only see on one day of your entire playthrough. The first floor of the Skull Cavern is internally coded as floor 121 of the mines. In earlier versions of the game, you could place a staircase at the bottom of the mines to teleport straight to the first floor of the Skull Cavern. You can buy ice cream from your horse. You can also buy it from a slime if you manage to get it back there. According to the Book of Yoba in the library, the world was born from a fruit that took 11 days to grow from a vine. This matches the profile of the tomato in-game. Penny is a romanceable character. Abigail lost the ornate necklace that belongs to her mother. You're supposed to bring it to Abigail to gain a bit of friendship with her. However, you can choose to bring it to Carolyn instead for a little bit less friendship. The crystal chair is very, very slightly translucent. You can see the line of the wood through the chair. If you have a higher heart count with Robin than any of the romanceable villagers and get your fortune told during the Stardew Fair, the fortune teller will tell you that you're in a forbidden relationship. The crystal ball first describes you walking up to Robin on the beach and her laughing at you asking her out, and the second scene is you looking at her family eating in the window while you are old and lonely. Just kind of reaffirming that if you were thinking maybe somehow you could get Robin, you can't. After you hit 4 hearts with a character, you can go into their gift log to see a special animation if you click on their portrait. If you give Kent a hated item, he'll say that they gave them that in Gotoro prison camp. Some of the items this includes is fairy dust, milk, treasure chests, and warp totems. They actually just really wanted him to leave. There's a rare event at night where a fairy can come and make your crops instantly ready to harvest. This can activate on dead crops, and it will do nothing. The topaz ring decreases the chance that your attacks will miss by 10%. Attacks can't miss in this game. Standing in front of the train as it goes by will damage you, and it is possible to get stuck between the train and a wall and end up passing out because of it. The Stardrop sorbet in the movie theater is loved by everyone because it reminds them of their favorite thing, just like Stardrops. Leo and Krobus are the only 2 characters that don't love it. They also happen to have one thing in common: they've both lost their family. When catching your very first fish, your catch bar won't deplete, and it'll always be a sunfish regardless of where you fish for it. That is, unless it's raining. That means that if you boost your fishing level all the way up to level 10 using only fish ponds and crab pots, you could use that free catch to easily catch the legend. During the night market, any crab pots or machines you put on the beach will disappear. This is because the night market is a completely different map from the regular beach. You can press the escape button to skip the Concerned Ape logo when starting the game. I'm not gonna lie, this one's not that useless. I've booted up this game like 500 times. The design of the inside of the movie theater is different depending on if you went with the community center or if you went the Joja route. And if you went the Joja route, Morris will appear in here giving you some dialogue you wouldn't be able to see if you went the community center route. After being restored, the clock on the community center will match the actual time of day in-game. On every single day of the year except in winter, Linus will have a specific time that he goes to take a piss behind this bush. The time that he does this depends both on the season and on if it's raining or not. For this last very useless tip, there's going to be slight spoilers for the end of the game. I'm not going to show the scene or anything, I'll just be talking about it. Normally, if you're at 14 hearts with your spouse, they'll join you in the final cutscene. However, if you are at 14 hearts with Krobus, Lewis will be there instead. The cutscene also normally has its own unique music. Again, if you have 14 hearts with Krobus. Instead, it'll play Dance of the Moonlight Jellies, which is a wild and random change. Thank you for listening to all these useless facts. If any of these help you, please let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure to not do that in the future. Thank you all for watching, and good night.